Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another MHA What If discussion video. So this is just, oh god, I can't speak. So this is just gonna be part one of this discussion, and this was a $20 donation by 212th Trooper, a good friend of mine, who requested this type of topic. And if you guys want to have any type of videos that you guys want to done and request for y'all, and I'll have the link to my Cash App down below description box. You guys could donate any type of content. $5 for any video request, $10 for a question that you guys want to be answered, $15 for any anime or manga that you guys highly recommended to me to read or watch the anime, and also $20 for any types of what ifs for storytelling or discussion by your choice, and $50 for any Deku what ifs in general. So yeah, this was request by 212 yet again, and this is of another for my MHAOC Kage Tatsuma, and that is, what if Kage was in the Batman Deku what if from the Pickle Deal broadcast video. If you guys don't know what to talk about, there is a what if called, well, what if Deku was Batman, and I'll have the link to the playlist down below in the description box so you guys could see, or you know what I'm talking about. So basically this is going to be my take on the discussion, and this is basically if Kage exists in this world where Deku is quirkless but he became Batman. So basically born in this universe in a way. So Kage will still be a vigilante like he usually is, but nothing changed. And in the story, for my story, he does get caught by Aizawa, but in this alternate universe here, instead of Aizawa, he gets caught by Batman himself. And and this would shock Kage, and of all people, that he got the number 2 hero in both Japan and America to, caught him. And for the past years when he was a kid, he actually looks up to Batman like an idol, like a hero, because, well, he gets shit done, he doesn't mind to get his hands dirty, and the one thing he doesn't like with Kate, the one thing Kate doesn't like when it comes to pro heroes, that they're too soft on the villains. And while Batman likes to brutalize his enemies, leave them alive, be in pain and misery with the broken limbs here and there, but Kage, he just ends it quickly because it's a quick, merciful death. And so basically Kage is basically the Red Hood in this alternate world, because Batman took Dick Grayson under his wing, then Tim Drake. So Nightwing and Red Robin exist in this world, but not Red Hood. So basically, in this scenario here, Kage would be the Red Hood in a way, but, well, Black Hood if you think about it, because his hero costume later on is basically all black and he has a hood, but you guys know what I mean. So yeah, he will be the Red Hood version of this, like, not afraid of killing because he thinks villains don't deserve a second chance, they don't deserve redemption for the thing they have done and causing more innocent men and women and children and elders die and suffering by these villains that these heroes keep sparing them, send them to prison or Tartarus, and they just find a way to break out. So Kage wants to break the cycle of that nonsense. But when Batman caught Kage, he's not gonna arrest him. He's gonna give him a chance to go with him, and if he does, he will clean up his criminal record, and also he sees a great potential in Kage of a skilled fighter. but he doesn't see Kage to be a perfect candidate for being the next Batman. Not because of what he does, killing. That's something that Batman would not do. So don't get him wrong. He does sees Kage would be a great hero in his own way, but doesn't have the what's the word? He does have a potential, but he's not the perfect candidate to be Batman. So yeah, there's that. And Cage would have no choice to accept this offer because one, what can he do against Batman? He could literally end him with an instant. Plus, he's not only he's a skillful fighter, but he's also very fucking intelligent. So yeah, so he pretty much will have to give up and give up on what he does and be trained by Batman and try to help him to get someone to be the next candidate to be the next Batman. Which the day of the interview, where everyone who wants to be trained by none other than Bruce Wayne himself, aka Batman, and turns out it happens in the story of the What Ifs, where Deku actually passed the test and been interviewed by Bruce Wayne himself and been trained by Batman. And so basically Cage he is there, but he's just not involving because if he wants to train the next candidate Batman, that's fine. But at least his criminal record is clear. But the thing is, he can go bad being a vigilante since he got caught. And sure, he could be trained by Batman too. Yes, Cage actually would be trained by Batman, but not be the next candidate. Just give him certain lessons here and there, and until the day has come for the UA exam, Cage refused to take the test since he's gonna be highly recommended by his mother, Ryuko, which this will cause Batman not surprising because he knew who Cage was, that he is the son of the number 9 hero and the son of Draco Fiend. And Cage doesn't like to talk about his father because his father was not part of his life. So Cage got in the higher recommendation. So basically he doesn't know what happens in the exam for Deku doing the exam. So later on he finally sees that Midoriya actually got into UA to be in Class 1A. So basically things plays out in canon story, but in the what if version of it, Bakugo is not thrilled about Deku being here, and Cage will notice something off, and he will see a bit of a beef between Midoriya and Bakugo, especially hearing Midoriya said Bakugo's first name. This is what caught him attention. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, they know each other, but they have some beef going on right now. And ever since he got into class, it was all quiet until the angry Pomeranian came in having such an attitude and has a major anger issue, which Cage would notice that, where a blue-haired boy with a glasses named Tenya Ida tells Bakugo to put his foot down from the desk. So, yeah, it's no surprising. So basically, Aizawa comes in, like in canon, tell them to put them gems on and meet them outside for a quirk exam, whatever. It plays out as canon, but with Midoriya on the hand, he, if you guys watch the What Ifs, you basically know. So, sadly, I think Cage will be in the not Cage. So, if I remember correctly, I did went back and rewatch the video that Deku was in the number 3. Yeah, But yeah, Deku was in the number 3, and Kage would be in the number 5 behind Bakugo. And this would infuriate Bakugo that Deku is above him, and like a cannon, he will try to attack Deku, but Kage stops him by using his quirk, Shadow Manipulation, by creating a whip, 2 whips to grab Bakugo his arm and pull him back to put him down to the ground, and basically tell him, and I quote, "First day in UA and you started some shit. Don't even think about it." And Deku was taken aback of Cage's quirk abilities, how that his quirk is actually based off Shadow. And after the classes ended, since, well, in this version, Aizawa meant when he said whoever failed will be expelled. So that person is Mineta. So Mineta does get expelled. So there's that. And after all that fiasco, Deku tells Kage that he appreciated the back him up there and wants to know about his quirk. Kage explained that his quirk is shadow manipulation, that he can manipulate anyone's or anything's shadow. So basically, make a shadow clone and absorb shadows as he wanted to, and he could use his own shadow to create anything of his own imagination, like weapons or anything that matter. So basically, after them to get to know each other and basically kind of like a close friend, kinda. But Kage is not good to be open up to people, especially, well, what he has done to his childhood friend Tokoyami. So Deku doesn't know that. So basically, Kage actually respected this version of Deku. Well, Deku, honestly, because one, he's a person that won't back down. Sure, he can be a bit of a fanboy. He pretty much could tell by the way he is, the way he acts. Like, okay, he may be cold, but deep down, he still is a care kind of fanboy type. So there's that. And what was I missing? I'm trying to add something that happened afterward. Pretty much not. I don't know. So basically, the next the next day, it was the day where All Might shows up and tells them they're about to do hero versus villains training, and this will caught Kage by surprise and shock that why is the number 1 hero here of all places, and oh yeah, right, I remember now that Kage actually, oh no, I said it before that he respected Batman as a hero, and I thought of something. Oh yeah, right. That's something I just remember. There's something that Kage would notice that Midoriya has a notebook says number 13, which Kage is wondering about the book. So Deku explained that is his analyzing notebook. He likes to analyze pro heroes, knowing their strength, weakness, their quirks, and how their quirks works, and their equipment, etc. Which Kage is surprised that he had this intelligence of analyzing anybody and knowing their quirk without even knowing who the person is. And I don't know if this version of Batman, the Lord Batman, does have the contingency plan code, but if he does, then yeah, he could basically see Midoriya do something like that, knowing everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and might use that against them in the future if anyone trying to go as rogue, even Kage himself. So he respected the hell of people who are gifted with intelligence and have more code of their own. But I just thought of something. Oh yeah, right. That came to my head. I remember now. Kage actually would respect Batman for trying to help those who cannot become a hero, and sees that everyone can become a hero with or without a quirk, or the quirk that is not fit for fighting or whatever. So Cage actually does respect Batman for that, helping people that who wants to become a hero in their own way, even though some of their quirks are not meant for fighting or protecting people, or is just completely useless. It's just not to be used in any sort of scenario, and those who are born to be quirkless. He respects that. And when he heard, which he knows, that Deku is going to become the new Batman for Japan, which Cage, in his opinion, he doesn't like where there's two versions of the same people. He doesn't like people being the cheap copycat version of the hero. He believes that people need to be their own heroes, their own identity. He gets it. He respects the people. He respects um, keeping the mantle and honor the legacy and all. But you don't have to dress up the same person. You have to be the opposite, wearing a different outfit but still keep the mantle of Batman, or change the name of Batman to be something different instead of just be the same. So, that's something I completely forgot about that. But anyway, back to the hero versus villain exam. So, after everyone had their hero costume like in canon, Cage still has his, well, what you can see in your thumbnail here, but Deku, however, doesn't have the his canon version outfit. Instead, he does have the Batman outfit that was made by Bruce Wayne himself. But you guys see the thumbnail of this, so when Cage sees Deku in his hero outfit, yeah, it's almost similar to Batman, but a little bit different of the looks and the mask. Well, it's different, still the same, but a little bit different nonetheless. He could work with this. So the hero villain exam basically goes out like in canon. Since Mineta is not involved in this, Cage does get teamed up with Momo. No, not Momo. I gotta say, do a reverse here. It's gonna be Jiro and Cage as a hero against Kaminari and Momo as a villain. So I just want to clear that out of the way. No, let me take that back. It's Tokiyami and Momo as a villain against Jiro and Cage as a hero. So we'll get to that later. So the first match basically is Deku Uraraka as a hero against Ida and Bakugo as canon. So basically it plays out the same as usual, and Deku using stealth as his way to make Bakugo uncomfortable, which Bakugo is so stubborn and to ego and prideful not to accept that he's not afraid, yada yada yada, all pissed off, etc. And in this scenario here, people are listening to all this, because in my story, everyone is listening of the conversation. So, Cage is just shaking his head because how Bakugo is and how he acts, think he's better than everyone, that he needs to be put in his place. So, basically he does. He does put him in his place, and, yeah, everyone's been put in their place. No, Deku put Bakugo in his place. God damn it, I can't speak. And then Deku tries to see if he can reason with Bakugo so they both could be friends as Deku and Kacchan, but refuse not to listen and not hear it. Give Deku the rage pissed off look and threaten him. And this kind of hurts Deku that he tried to reason with him, but no avail. And Ida is the only issue right now, but the team heroes actually win thanks to Deku's stealth and able to touch the bomb and make the hero win. So now is to Kage and Jiro against Tokoyami and Momo. Since this gives Kage a little bit, gave him the same idea of like, okay, Momo is not to be trifled with because she is smart and her core gives her the ability to create, and Tokoyami with Dark Shadow. Plus, Jiro has a headphone jack to basically hear where they're at and what they're up to, so they can have a 2-step ahead of them. So Kage will try to stealth by not being seen. So basically, Jiro will be the eyes and ears for listening in, while Kage is being all stealth. So Kage is going to try to reason with Tokoyami, but he needs to deal with Tokoyami first since he is the easiest one, because he always let Dark Shadow do all the fighting, which that's how he knows as a kid. So Tokoyami been taken out pretty easily, and Kage decided to blend in the shadow, take out Momo, and touch the bomb, make the heroes win. So basically, Momo couldn't, avoid Kage as he can by using the shadow as his stealth, and also skillful to dodge or get past her traps or whatever. So Kage tried to see, offer a hand to Tokoyami, but Tokoyami refused, so he just walks off. And Kage still a bit of hurt that he still remembered about what happened. So after the Heroes vs. Villain exam, everyone are just chatting and hang out and in the noon. So Deku and Kage decided to have some talk alone, especially what happened. But Deku asked about him and Tokoyami. What was that about? Kage explained that him and Tokoyami used to be a childhood friends. A really good friend, actually. They were like brothers. Until Kage's quirks manifest. And ever since he has his father's side, he became cold and harsh to Tokoyami, basically abused Tokoyami to when they come to sparring, and telling him that Tokoyami always rely on Dark Shadow to, do the fight for him, and he always let himself wide open every time, and he just did it again. And so after that, he cut off ties with Tokoyami, and he felt bad what he has done, and he thought he could, try to see if he could fix up the mess. But there are times in play that the scars cannot be healed, and wounds cannot be healed. So he felt guilty of it, but he hopes one day he could speak to Tokoyami and see if he could get a second chance and rebuild their friendship from the ground up. So, yeah. Deku was taken aback that he, taken aback of the words he said, but Deku tells Kage that, that is his quirk, not your father's, and Kage wanted to believe that, but deep down he knows that, yeah, his father has the same quirk, and he wished he had his mother's quirk instead. But Deku is right, that is his quirk, not his father's. So he needs to learn to accept it and make his quirk of his own, instead of just abuse his power for his own selfish gain as a vigilante. Sure, he knows how to use it properly, and he knows how to control it, but he always see his quirk as his father and nothing more. But know that it's his and his alone. But he also wants to ask Midoriya about Bakugo and him. Deku tells him it is complicated that they used to be childhood friends until Bakugo had his quirk, he changed to be, well, harsh and cold to everyone, calling everyone extras. Ever since Deku thought he could have a quirk until he was quirkless, Deku was being bullied because he was born quirkless. Then he became bullied to Bakugo's punching bag. So basically, when Deku stands up for those who can't defend themselves, he gets hurt in the process for doing the right thing. And he wants to say more, but Kage wants to know more about this. So Deku explained that Bakugo even threatened him to jump off a building. This is something Kage doesn't like. That this Pomeranian Chihuahua over here wants to become a hero, but threatening someone to end their life, hopefully they come back to be born with a quirk. That is something that no one should not be here. So basically, Kage will have some vendetta against Bakugo because he only cares about himself. He lets his quirk get the better of him because he thinks he's better than everyone because he has a better quirk than everyone. Is the power of basically he lets the power get the better of him. So yeah. So basically Bakugo only cares about himself and his quirk, aka his power. He thinks everything is about power and strength, which Bakugo will never understand when it comes to true power and strength, which he will learn in the future. So, yeah. So basically, after everyone went home, and have the rest of the evening to be themselves or hang out with their friends. Kage, however, he's not good to be around with people yet. He could even be around with Deku and Uraraka a bit, but not a lot. He's not ready to be open up. And keep in mind, Deku, in this version, Deku knows that Kage is once a vigilante. And I would say Uraraka as well, since they both kind of pass the exam in a way, or the interview or something like that. I don't know, but let's just say in this scenario that Deku knows that Kage is once a vigilante and killing villains. However, so yeah. So I'm going to end this part here. This is more of a discussion. I might miss something. I pretty much did. Even though I rewatched it once and rewatched it last night with 212, I might miss something. I pretty much did. I don't fucking know. So basically, that's a discussion for part 1 of what if Kage was in the Batman Deku What If. So again, this is part 1 discussion. So be on the lookout for part 2 for, I guess, next month, because I was told by 212 that it will be like a monthly thing. So yeah. And I think that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media will be down below the description box. You guys know Joe. Links to my cash will be down below the description box. You guys feel free to donate if you guys wanted for any type of videos that you guys want to be done for you, or you just want to support this channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias, and I'll see you guys later.